Cinnamon car.
All right, bring those jazz hands up. Good morning and welcome to Kennesaw State University and to our beautiful stadium and sports park. I'm Marty Elliott. I'm the executive director of the park, and today I'm going to introduce you to some people who have worked very hard together to make today's announcements possible. First, we're going to have David Gross, the commissioner of Major League Lacrosse, and then we will speak with Liam Banks, who is a former professional player and the owner of LB3. And then we'll talk to Dan Corso, who's with the Atlanta Sports Council. And then I'll have just a few words, because I've been given the mic, and tell you a little bit about lunch and open things up for some questions. So first, let me introduce Commissioner David Gross. 2013 will mark the 10th year of David at the helm of Major League Lacrosse. He is Major League Lacrosse first commissioner, and he began his work with Major League Lacrosse as the general manager of the Boston Cannons. Then he became the COO in 2003. He's obviously in charge of all the things, including forecasting and TV rights and special events, business development, and during his tenure, attendance, sponsorship, TV broadcasts, and brand awareness have arguably gone up dramatically. Last year, he also oversaw the expansion of two teams, including the Charlotte Hounds and the Ohio Machine. And today, David's going to announce the press release for Kennesaw State University.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you, everyone, for coming this morning for this event. Atlanta has been on the radar of Major League Lacrosse for years and years as a potential expansion market. Our biggest issue has always been finding the right venue to play in. I remember a few years back, I was watching TV, and my wife came in the living room. She said, "What are you watching?" I said, "Oh, I'm watching this women's pro soccer game." She said, "I didn't know you were a fan of women's soccer." I'm like, "I'm not. I'm watching the venue." And she goes, "You are really weird." And she's right. But the reality is I wanted to see this stadium, and this stadium was on TV. And I wanted to get a good look at it as best I could through the TV. And we saw that, okay, we can now go to Atlanta. We've got the right venue. We spoke to the old regime and found we couldn't go to Atlanta. But that's a different story. Luckily, a few months back, the Sports Council reached out because they were hearing rumors that we were looking at Atlanta very seriously. And from Dan's office, Ken Chin gave a call and said, "Hey, could we chat?" Then Ken got me connected with Marty. And I don't hand out praise too often. Marty gets it. She really does. She understands that events have to work for every party involved. And that made trying to get a game here, it became automatic for us. And then the next call for me was reaching out, to Liam and to Brian Silcott, who I've known Brian now for 13 years. I've known Liam for 8 or 9 years. Both these guys have played in Major League Lacrosse. Brian has been a head coach in our league. He's been a professional general manager in the sport of lacrosse. Liam has become an incredible lacrosse entrepreneur down here, building a lot of lacrosse in Atlanta. So putting all three parties together, the Sports Council, the university, and Liam's company, made this an absolute no-brainer for us to come and do a game. And we picked June 21st, Friday night game right here at KSU. And we're bringing two teams that have a tremendous amount of star power. The Boston Cannons will be playing against the Rochester Rattlers. The Cannons feature Paul Rabel, who might be the biggest name in the sport, and just behind him on Rochester is Ned Crotty. But besides those guys, every position is filled with big name players. Matt Strebel, who plays for Rochester, has played in more MLL games than anyone else in the history of the league. Ryan Boyle will be the all-time points leader in the league by the time we have the game here. So it'll be just tremendous star power and a great game for everyone to see. The beauty of lacrosse, when people say, well, aren't there enough sports? Why do we need lacrosse? For those of you that haven't seen the sport, it is fast-paced, action-packed, a lot of hitting, plenty of scoring. It has all the elements of sport that the American sports fan loves, and we have it. And we have it at the highest level. A lot of times when there's new pro leagues, it's, well, we're minor this, minor that. This is major. The best players in the world play in Major League Lacrosse. And I guarantee everyone sitting here and everyone who comes to the game on the 21st of June will walk away saying, wow, how did they do that? In fact, if anything, they make it look too easy. They're like, well, that doesn't look so hard. The ball's never on the ground. It's because these guys, their skills are so amazing. So we are thrilled. This is a test game. If this game does well, it is our intention as a league to bring a team to Atlanta full-time, maybe as early as 2014, to start playing, and the venue would be here at KSU. So we're excited, and all the pressure's now on Liam to fill the house. So I will turn it over to Liam Banks to say a few words. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, and thank you for coming today. First off, I'd like to thank Marty Elliott and Kennesaw State University. They've done an unbelievable job of first of all, providing one of the best atmospheres I can imagine for a professional lacrosse game. Also like to thank David Gross, Major League Lacrosse, for giving myself and LB3 an opportunity to, fulfill our vision of having the first ever Major League Lacrosse game in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'd also like to thank the Sports Council. With your guys' tireless work and effort into promoting the game of lacrosse and all sports and getting youth out on the field, we're really grateful to have you on board as a partner for this great event. The beauty of this event, and I'm just going to go back a little bit on what the commissioner said, the date of the game will be June 7th, Friday night at 8 p.m.
You can mark that down, June 7th.
And the reason I know that is because we plan not just to have the Major League Lacrosse event, we plan to have a week-long lacrosse extravaganza, if you will. Leading the week off, starting June 3rd through June 6th, we'll have Syracuse University and head coach John Desko coming to town to run a team camp up at Berry College. For those of you who aren't familiar with lacrosse, Syracuse is one of the all-time great programs in Division I lacrosse. I was fortunate enough to play for the Orangemen and get a great education at Syracuse University. And when I was there, we were in 4 Final Fours, 3 national championships, and we were fortunate enough to come out on top once. So to have a guy of his stature come to Georgia to teach young kids year after year, it's going to be a great event starting off the week. And, ending the week, we will have a tournament called the Summer Jam Tournament here in Atlanta. It'll be featured at Kennesaw State. We will have about 150 teams coming in from all around the Southeast to come support this event. It's the largest event in terms of a lacrosse event in the state of Georgia. The economic impact to Cobb County and all over Metro Atlanta is going to be wonderful for our community. And with all those components together, it was a no-brainer for us to have a Major League Lacrosse game here. I played many years in the league and really enjoyed my time. Lacrosse is an unbelievable game. Like David said, it's fast-paced. There's hitting. There's strategic moves. Major League Lacrosse is unlike college lacrosse. There's a 60-second time clock where guys have to shoot the ball. So you'll see a lot of action up and down the field, and I can't agree with David Moore saying these are the best lacrosse players in the world. You think about it, there's only 19 players that dress on the rosters for Major League Lacrosse. That doesn't leave that many spots to fill, and they fill it every year with the most competitive guys in the world, and it is quite a spectacular show, and I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it. Couple notes on lacrosse. One great thing that I saw the other night was the Boston Cannons just drafted a hometown boy from Walton High School, Ratcliffe, and he will be hopefully dressing for this game and debuting in his Major League Lacrosse career here in his hometown of Atlanta, which is pretty exciting. I get chills talking about it. To let you know, the game of lacrosse is absolutely exploding in the Atlanta area. Young kids love to play. Parents enjoy it because every kid gets involved. We all have this movement on getting kids out on the field and playing lacrosse. So to get as many kids involved as possible in this great sport, the opportunities to move on and get a great education at college are starting to come. We're sending kids to Division I schools through LB3 lacrosse. So lacrosse is exciting in Atlanta. I hope that you all embrace this opportunity to come out to see a wonderful game played, a beautiful game played at an unbelievable venue. And I couldn't be more excited for June 7th, 8 o'clock, here at Kennesaw State, when LB3, the Atlanta Sports Council, Kennesaw State, and Major League Lacrosse partner up to bring the first ever professional lacrosse game to Georgia. Really excited about it. Hope that you're able to come. And if you need more information, you can go to MLLATL.com. Thanks so much for this opportunity.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Corso. I am the Executive Director of the Atlanta Sports Council, and on behalf of our staff and everyone at the Metro Atlanta Chamber, I want to welcome David here to Atlanta and congratulate Liam and Marty on putting together this wonderful event. We look forward to partnering with everyone to make this very successful. I want to give a lot of credit to Ken Chin on our staff, who has worked to fortify a very strong relationship with Kennesaw State, and Liam and David and your team in helping to put this event together. We've worked also very closely with Rita Lowry of the Cobb Tourism Group, and she's been wonderful. I think everyone should realize how competitive the industry of recruiting sports events is, and that's what our role at the Atlanta Sports Council is to help drive the effort of recruiting sporting events to this region, of all events, of all sizes, of all types. And having Major League Lacrosse here is just another great event to add to that long list, long history of events that we've had here. It's a very competitive industry. There are a lot of markets that would like to have events come to their city for obvious reasons. It drives economic impact. It provides tremendous visibility through the media exposure. So there's a lot of tangible benefits. There's also a lot of intangible benefits. There's a social impact. People get excited about a particular event or sport that is in their city, and they get involved either as a volunteer or as a fan. So you add all that together, and it really makes a winning combination for the idea and the pursuit of these events. Now, what sets Metro Atlanta apart from a lot of our competitors is the infrastructure that we have here in hosting events, whether it's the media support, the access to Atlanta, the corporate support, the volunteer support is really second to none. But more importantly, it's the venues that we have. Throughout Metro Atlanta, we have all types of venues that can really host first-class events of all sizes. And really, there's none better than what we have here at Kennesaw State and the stadium. And I want to credit Vaughn Williams, the athletic director of Kennesaw State, who's on our board of directors, who's here today, and Marty, for everything that you've put into this venue. It's first class. And we look forward to helping drive more sporting events of all types here, in addition to more lacrosse here. As Liam mentioned, the sport of lacrosse is continuing to emerge and grow here in Atlanta. I would think it's safe to say that those here in the audience and those watching either have children or know of children that are beginning to play the sport. So it's obviously something that's on an upswing and trending up for Metro Atlanta. And it's a sport that we've really put a key focus on our radar as far as what we're going to try to pursue down the road. And this is just another example of that opportunity. Liam mentioned it, June 7th, 8 p.m., guaranteed to have clear, starry sky, probably 73 degrees, so make sure you come out and take part, because that's really important. It's one thing to have a wonderful event and great volunteer support and a wonderful venue, but you need to have people there. And we need to have a filled stadium here for that lacrosse event, because as David mentioned, we want to have more lacrosse here. We want to get a franchise here in Metro Atlanta. So we encourage everyone to embrace it, come out and support it. If you're a lacrosse fan, come out and see it. If you haven't seen lacrosse, come out and see it. Come out and support this event as we continue to try to develop the sport of lacrosse in Metro Atlanta. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also have to give credit to the KSU Foundation and to all the folks that actually made this venue a reality. And certainly the students are the reason that we're here. They made it possible for this building and the park itself to be built. And it's the students that run these facilities. So it's by the students for the students. We think that this particular event, along with all the other things that we're hosting here, really help elevate the brand of KSU and give students a really incredible opportunity. So But what an amazing year for lacrosse fans that it's going to be here at Kennesaw State University. Certainly with the announcement of this event and Summer Jam, and in February 16th, we're hosting the Southern Showdown with the University of Massachusetts playing UNC. And then, of course, KSU women starting their very first inaugural season of KSU women's lacrosse. The first home game for that will be played on March 2nd versus Coastal Carolina. So everything from the Pee-wees to the pros is going to happen here at KSU Stadium related to lacrosse. And we look forward to playing host and to being host. And that's my particular role and my staff's role. And if you haven't been a visitor here and a fan here, come out. You're going to experience things that you've never experienced any other place, and I'm willing to put my hat on for that, meaning that this is going to be a venue that embraces the fan, embraces delivering surprises, and second to none. So I look forward to seeing you for this event and many others. Following this, we'll have a brief period of questions, Q&A. We're going to stay up here if the media want to do any more detailed questions. The rest of you are welcome to join us for some lunch. Moe's has provided a little fajita bar, so I'm sure nobody's interested in that. Additionally, I'd like to announce that we plan to go on sale on March 1st, and the ticketing provider that we'll be using is Ticket Alternative. So any questions? We can start now. Nailed. Good stuff. They're hungry. I shouldn't have said anything about Moe's. Good. Well, we're going to stay up here for a little while just in case you're shy. And we'll take a couple of photos. And feel free. We've got folks attending the food room, so just feel free to make your way over there. We'll also do a few photo ops outside, I think. We've got a tent, so don't worry about melting. We'll get you out there, get a quick shot if you're interested in seeing or getting a shot of the field. Thanks, guys, so much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. And LB3 has provided gift bags on your way out. You can pick up a gift bag.